The time has come. I've never been more excited for a 4K release, or at least in quite some time. And of course, I wouldn't be as excited if I didn't already own the necessary materials to experience a film in 4K, let alone one of arguably the most ambitious and biggest movie of the year. And that's going to be, of course, for Avengers Infinity War. Today, I'm going to be unboxing the Best Buy exclusive that houses the 4K version of the movie, the Blu-ray version of the movie, and a digital code to be able to download the movie and take it with you on the go. However, much like with several different blockbusters throughout the year, they decided to create an exclusive for different retailers. The only exception out of the bunch will probably be Walmart because they're Walmart. I'm sorry to hate on Walmart, but Jesus, their exclusive is literally just the Blu-ray. It doesn't even come with the DVD or anything else. It's just the Blu-ray. And I'm like, that doesn't really make that much sense to me. You cut out the other two just because people don't want it. I don't know. Anyways, this is one of the exclusives. I do have another exclusive on the way that I'm actually going to give to my girlfriend. But before I do, I am going to review it and do an unboxing on camera. For the time being, while it still arrives, I'm going to be doing the Best Buy exclusive, which they do Steelbooks. They do Steelbooks on an awful lot of blockbusters, especially on the new 4K editions of the movies. I know that we got Jurassic World and Deadpool 2 Steelbooks on their way when they do get released on home video. Here we have the Avengers 4K Best Buy exclusive, which is in a Steelbook case, as you can tell. And you can see right here that the design that they went with is Thanos holding the Infinity Gauntlet. Only this time, unlike the usual packaging material that you've seen in some of the marketing for the movie, he actually does have all 6 Infinity Stones right here on his gauntlet. Normally, in the promotional material like the posters and all that, he only has 2 Infinity Stones, not to give away certain plot points. Here they went ahead and said, fuck it. They just added all the Infinity Stones on there. And let's admit it, it looks pretty badass. Besides that, there's not much more that I want to go into detail too much because, as you can tell, I have not opened it. I just barely got home. So here I am to do the unboxing. Before I actually jump into removing the cellophane and looking inside, we do have the back portion here that is pretty much identical across the board, regardless of which version of the movie you get. I don't know if it's different for other retailers, but I know that this is a back portion of the Steelbook, or at least the packaging, very similar to that of the original basic 4K edition of the movie, or even the Blu-ray edition of the movie, where you have a listing of the specs, a listing of the bonus features, and then of course every 4K version of any movie comes with a little description to let you know what you're in for when it comes to 4K visuals and what exactly you're going to need to get the full 4K experience, since it is a relatively brand new technology. Of course, instructions on how to download the movie digitally, credits, specs, and a little breakdown of the movie with some artwork right there. And that's really about it. You can kind of see the spine going on right there of the 4K. It has Avengers Infinity War really tiny there in the middle, and then a little bit of a galaxy background right there. We'll get into much more detail as soon as I crack it open, so let's go ahead and do that. Gonna take my keys here because it's the only thing that I have close by me to remove the cellophane. Actually, you know what? I don't think I really need that. I have a little tear right here, which I don't know if that's beneficial for me to open it on camera, or that's a fault on Best Buy for giving me a ripped up version. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. As long as the Steelbook itself is in good standing. So let me take this off right here. Okay, so first, right off the bat, I was actually expecting a matte finish to the Steelbook. It's actually a glossy finish. So there goes the cellophane, and now I cannot return it, regardless of how hard I try. Take this little flap right here that pretty much kind of gives us a little breakdown of what we're getting. The Collectible Steelbook limited edition 4K version. Actually, it's the only version. This comes off, which showed the back portion that I was showing off earlier. Move that to the side, and there we have a much clearer version of the Steelbook cover, where you have Thanos looking ominous with his Infinity Gauntlet, and then what appears to be Earth. It doesn't really look like any other planet that was showcased in the movie. It's definitely not Titan, so I think we're safe to say that that's probably Earth there. And then we move to the back, and that artwork actually continues on through with more of planet Earth, and then spread across the galaxy, you do see the Avengers logo right there. So now let's open it up, and I think I'm gonna have to be a little careful with this because, yep, I was right. I have the code right there for the movie, and then the 2 discs right here housing the Blu-ray and 4K versions of the film. So let me see if I can safely just take out the digital code, which I am likely going to keep. I know I sometimes tease the idea of possibly giving it away, but this is Infinity War, guys. I'm sorry. Gonna move that to the side, and then a little description on how to get your digital film. And then as we remove that, you get a inwards look at the inside of the Steelbook. So we have the 2 discs right here. They played it pretty safe when it came to the labeling. The 4K version of the movie appears to have that iconic shot of Tony looking on towards Ebony Maw and that other guy. I can't remember his name, but that iconic shot from the trailer that was actually not fully like that in the movie, if you catch my drift. And then it says right there, Avengers Infinity War in 4K with Banner and both Benedict squared, as Robert Downey Jr. points it out in his Instagram posts right there. And that's the 4K version of the movie. And then underneath is going to be the Blu-ray version of the movie. However, the artwork on this one is a little weird. I don't know why, but I just think it's a little weird. Now, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm having a hard time taking it out. I don't know if they did something weird with the way they housed it, but the spindle is just not working. What the hell? So I'm trying to grab it. I mean, maybe it's my lack of nails. I really don't want to risk breaking this. I don't know why they made it so difficult to grab. Come on. Wow, this is fucking weird. Let me see if I can maybe use the power of gravity. Okay, yeah, gravity. Because now, standing it up, it kind of moved like a millimeter or a fraction of a millimeter forward, and I was able to grab it and pull it off. Alright, here we have the artwork for the Blu-ray, which honestly is a little strange. It's just Black Widow. I'm sorry. I understand that they are eventually going to push that Black Widow movie, and I guess this is our first semblance of that. It's Avengers, guys, though. Come on, like, take advantage of your artwork here on the discs. I don't mind this one because at least you have a fraction of the Avengers there. This is just Black Widow. No disrespect to Black Widow. I like Black Widow an awful lot, and I'm actually eager to see a Black Widow movie. I think it could be done rather well. It's Marvel. But for the Blu-ray version of the epic event that is Avengers Infinity War, I don't get it. I really don't. Anyways, that's just the artwork right there of the discs. And then we get to one of my favorite parts about the Steelbook that I got kind of excited for when they started to upgrade some of the imagery on the Best Buy website. And that is that they showed us a look on the inside of the case, and you see a good portion of the Avengers from the film, most notably the ones that you don't see on the cover of the box or the discs themselves, with the exception of Black Widow, and then there's Iron Man once more right there. But at least you get to see a good look at I think that's Black Panther. Yeah, that's Black Panther. So you got Black Panther, Hulk, Captain America, and then Black Widow once more, Thor, and Gamora. Now, I don't see a personal correlation with these characters here because they do kind of differentiate when it comes to their fates or their involvement in the plot. So I'm going to assume that they just kind of picked some Avengers and decided to just put them in there. I would have preferred if there was, like I said, a connection, whether it be their fates. Like, for example, there's a couple on here whose fates are kind of up in the air after the film, and then there's others where it's a little bit more clean cut. I kind of wish that they would have gone with one or the other. I mean, if you don't catch my drift, I'd say that the best thing, the most poignant thing would have been to open this up, remove the discs, and on the back you see, let's just say you see the characters that didn't make it. and that would have hit home an awful lot. But at least it would have been the nicest thing to do, is to have all the characters that you see here on the inside, the ones that didn't make it, and that we would have been able to tell the connection, and it would have hit home for all of us Marvel fans. I think that would have been a cool, neat thing to do, but instead they went with these characters. Can't complain too much, but I just think that would have been my preference. Besides that, I'm going to take a look at this little insert that I removed at the beginning of the unboxing. So the 4K disc literally just has the movie. It doesn't really have any special features. It's just the film in 4K with the resolution, the HDR, and the audio track to be able to give you the full 4K experience. On the Blu-ray, you obviously have the film with commentaries as well as behind-the-scenes featurettes, some of them solely focusing on Thanos, others on the combination of all the different characters and how they were able to mix tones, collaborating with the different directors, and then breaking down arguably the two biggest battles in the film, which is the Titan battle between Thanos and Tony, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man. And then you got the Battle of Wakanda. Obviously, they got to talk about that. As well as the obligatory but always welcome gag reel, deleted scenes, and audio commentary. The deleted scenes is probably going to be one of the most hyped up deleted scenes we've ever had in a home media release, because this is Avengers. This is a movie that was long rumored to be a 3-hour film, and it's kind of surprising that the deleted scenes weren't even more so than what they've already said they were. They're like a good 20 or 30 additional minutes, so yeah, it was teetering on that 3-hour mark, but I was honestly expecting even more, like a 3.5-hour cut with those deleted scenes thrown in there. I haven't seen any of these features. I haven't even seen some portions of the gag reel, only because Marvel has had a habit recently of doing little 30-second, 45-second snippets of the gag reel and releasing them online, but to get the full gag reel, you need to actually buy the Blu-ray. If you try to upload it, chances are you're going to get a DMCA from Disney, and so don't fuck with the mouse. So I'm looking forward to that, as well as the deleted scenes. I noticed that a couple of deleted scenes have leaked online, and they do look rather juicy, especially one between Thanos and Gamora that I'm looking forward to watching. But besides that, I can't really at the moment comment on any of the special features, because obviously I haven't seen I haven't popped them in. I just did the unboxing. But I'm looking forward to catching the film in 4K. Like I said, I have a 4K TV with HDR. It's not OLED, but still, I think it's going to give me just as good of an experience. And this is arguably going to be one of the biggest home media releases of the year, because of the way that they packaged it, the way that the exclusives were distributed, and also because it's Avengers. All right, this is the movie to own, and I did manage to work today, so while we were selling it, yeah, they were flying off the shelves, and that's not necessarily an understatement. So, pretty cool version of the movie here from Best Buy. A couple of little design choices that I would have gone with like a different version, most notably the Avengers that you got to see immediately once you open the case. But still, the cover itself is rather badass, rather intergalactic, and again, housing both the 4K and the Blu-ray version, so you can share the Blu-ray with a friend, and then you can have the 4K to yourself if you have the 4K technology to meet it. It's awesome, and all the bonus features I think is going to make up for one awesome package. And the way that they were able to put in this collectible case is definitely something to have if you were a huge fan of the film and you are trying to collect all of the different Marvel movies in a Steelbook version. This is definitely a must own. So, thank you guys so much for watching this little reviewish type breakdown / unboxing of the Best Buy exclusive of Avengers Infinity War in 4K. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys going to be picking this up? How many of your local Best Buys have already sold out? Because I'm imagining that within the next 24-hour time frame, they're going to be gone. So if you're on the lookout for those, I definitely recommend not sleeping on it. Make sure you like and share this video to keep supporting it, and of course subscribe for more unboxing / review type things such as this. Until next time, guys, see you later. I don't know if at this point they managed to incorporate mocap, but the way they run, or the way it's like they didn't get the proper people to interpret some of these folks. There's a couple scenes where Peter has to run and he just has like the most wimpiest run, and it just did not translate very well.
Parker! That's the third call I got about giant lizards running amok in Gramercy Park. Giant lizards! Pronto!